and now now they're getting reps on identifying the best decisions, right? And these training programs can easily be implemented. They can be calibrated to the complexity of the patterns or skill level of the athletes. You can make training situations simpler or harder, and so on. So now this is an opportunity, to give some great feedback to the athletes. Yeah. Last year there was also another Bishop students working with me, and he was a coach in the football team here. But if your main quarterback is injured, then number two's got to step in, and he has to be prepared too. So one thing he was doing is that in practices he was recording all the plays and all the reps that the main quarterback was taking. So he had the virtual reality camera set up on the player's helmet, and then the next day the quarterback number 2 and 3 would come to the lab and would replay the entire practice in virtual reality. And so that's pretty useful tool. So the coach could be beside the athlete, could see what the athlete was looking at, and then they could engage in a conversation as to, well, why were you looking at that receiver, or why were you looking at that part of the defense? What was your thinking behind that? So then you can have these conversations when you're not wasting the time of all the other players on the field, because it's just a quarterback oriented training part kind of thing. And one of the things that makes me really excited about that is that we tested its effectiveness. So before implementing these training programs with many teams, we conducted a research project where we wanted to see whether that does lead to transferable on the field gains. So if I can have just a few minutes just to present the highlights of that research, because I think to me it's important. Not just we're not using it because it's cool and fun and immersive. We're using it because it's effective.